We're going to get started in just a minute here, but reminding you what we need for today. We need your bands, a chair, and either dumbbells or a heavy bag. That's going to be for the thrusters exercise. So you'll be going down to a squat and kind of pushing weight over your head. So think about that as you're deciding which weight to pick to have ready for that exercise. Right, so we're going to get started with the first warm-up exercise today. We're going to go into a reverse lunge, and then I'm going to have you point your finger, turn around and point your finger at the leg behind you. So that's going to look like this. So left leg behind, right hand goes and points behind you. And the whole reason that we're doing that is you can feel as you twist and point that finger behind you, that rotation happening in your core. So we're just warming up those core rotational muscles and joints. So let's go ahead and stick with one side for now. Leg behind you and point behind you with your right hand. All right. All right, my warm-up question for everyone this morning was, what was the heaviest thing that you ever lifted, or maybe the most awkward thing, whether it was with someone else or just yourself? Actually, Lorena couldn't be here today. She emailed me her answer. She said that she helped lift a transmission for a car. So to tease her about that later, that's a lot. But my answer for this one is recently acquired an heirloom sewing machine, one of those ones that's like inside of the table. And so not only did I have to move it up 2 flights of stairs, but had to, not break a family heirloom, and all turned out well. But anyways, heavy and awkward. So what about you, Catherine? Go ahead and switch sides. So now take your right leg behind you and then take with your left arm and twist and point behind you. There you go, a person. What about you, Eve? What's the most heavy or awkward thing you ever lifted? Eve, I think you might be on mute there if you answered me there. You want to go ahead and unmute? Morning. Okay, so next up for our warm-up, we're going to do a side lunge and some band movement. So take a medium band that you have, and we're going to do a side lunge, which is going to look like this. But I think my camera has moved, so you can't see as much of me. There we go. Anyway, side lunge, and then we're going to do a front press and then take that band overhead. So we're going to do side lunge, front press, band overhead, and then just take it to the other side. Side lunge, front press, take that band over the head. And as you're pressing that band out to the front and taking it up overhead, just pull apart on your hands a little bit. Give your shoulders a little warm up. You feel that tension. Okay. All right, Becky, what's the heaviest or most awkward thing you've ever lifted? A theme of human bodies today. Not what I expected, but I'm loving these answers. Okay, what about you, Liz and Jill? What about you, Candace? All right, that sounds awfully heavy as well. What about you, Beth and Patience? Heavy or awkward things you've lifted? Wow. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move into another warm-up exercise. Should be feeling pretty warm by now in the arms and legs, but we're gonna get our heart rate up a little bit with this one. We're gonna be doing some wide squats, so a little bit wider than hip width apart. You're gonna go into your squat, and you're either gonna step to the middle and then go back out into a squat, or you're gonna hop to the middle and go back out to a squat. So if you wanna start out stepping and then go into the hop, that's fine. But essentially, this is what we're looking at here. So we'll go ahead and get started with this. And then let's see, I'd like to hear from Christy about your heaviest or most awkward item that you've ever lifted.
Ooh, yeah.
That sounds really heavy. Okay. And then how about you, Stephanie? What's the most heavy or awkward thing you've ever lifted? Sounds like it. Great answers, everyone. Loving that. Sounds like we've all lifted a lot of heavy and awkward things in our day. So we're gonna take a second here and I'm gonna explain what we're up to. Getting ready to get started. I think we're all warmed up now. And good. So we're gonna do some cardio exercises and some core today. So about 4 blocks of work. Everything's gonna be 60 seconds. So I'm gonna go over 3 exercises and then we'll get started. So you're gonna be doing a push up to a plank jack, all right? So you can do a push up on the wall and a plank jack like that, or you can do a push up on a chair like this, and then plank jack, feet out, feet in, or last version, be on your knees on the ground and then out, in, out, in. So that's first exercise. Then second, we're gonna go legs up, opposite ankle reach. So your legs are gonna be up and you're reaching opposite side ankle, left hand, the right ankle, right hand, the left ankle. And last but not least, getting your chair out for some step ups, stepping up on your chair. So everybody get in position for a push up, wherever you'd like to be, on the floor, on the chair, on the wall. Pick your special spot and we will get started here. And we're gonna go for 10 seconds in between each exercises. So we're gonna be pretty quickly going into each thing, but we're starting out now with 60 seconds of our push up to plank jack, and let's go. So it's 1 push up and 2 times out with those feet. Excellent. So today is called Saved by the Core because the exercises in between the core work are a little faster, like this, what we're doing now. But the core work, we get a chance to slow down and control things halfway. All right. 1 push up to 2 plank jacks. And last 10 seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now you're gonna be on your backs on the mat, and legs will be up as much as you can have them in the air. And now you're crunching up. So right hand goes to the outside of the left ankle. Left hand goes to the outside of the right ankle. So I want you to think about here, picking a spot directly above your head on the ceiling to fix your gaze on. Now this can be slower, more controlled exercise, but we're all keeping our necks in a nice safe position, which means that focus is on the ceiling right above your head the whole time you do the crunch. And that gives you a good neck position. 20 seconds to go. All right. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Now we're moving to the chair for step ups. So you're alternating, left foot steps up, and then you step off the chair, and then right foot steps up. So we're starting in 3, 2, and 1. Remember to step all the way tall at the end, press those hips forward, and then step down. Complete steps here. And you are going as fast as you're able to through this interval here. So these intervals today, 60 seconds long. Some of these exercises, you're gonna really feel a challenge to get through the whole 60 seconds. So we're working on that endurance component a little bit this morning, just trying to build up that ability to work through, even when you feel tired, even when you feel like calling it quits, just giving yourself another 10 seconds or so, trying to push through that fatigue. And that is going to carry you through in many other areas. Your life, learning to push through when it gets hard. 3, 2, 1, back to the mat, legs up. And we are reaching for the opposite ankles. In 3, 2, and we're going. So it sounds like a lot of you have lifted some very heavy and some awkward things in your day. But what we're doing today is building your core strength up for those experiences. Because how many times have you heard of someone you know hurting their back, lifting something heavy or awkward? Well, the number one thing you can do to help prevent that is what we're doing right now, core work. And the stronger your core is, the more you can lift in a safe way. Last 10 seconds. Keep that focus on the spot above your head on the ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to the top. One more time through this block before we switch up the exercises. So we're gonna head to our push-up plank jack. And 3, 2, and let's do our push-ups. 1 push-up, and then 2 plank jacks. And a lot of times people don't think of the push-ups as being a core exercise, but they really are. You want to keep a lot of tension in your core like you're doing a plank. As you're going lowering up and down on the push-up, doesn't matter what variation you're doing, that still applies. Last 25 seconds. Here we go, final 10. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, legs up. Opposite ankle reach begins in 3, 2, and off we go. Reaching up as far as you can on the outside of that ankle, driving across the body. Focus is right on the ceiling above you. So the rest of our core work today, for the most part, is going to be versions of planks. It's important to do moving our core in all directions because, as we know, moving awkward things, we move our bodies in ways that maybe aren't the usual way that we're moving, just forward and back walking. So it's important to, no matter which direction the rest of our body's going, to be able to have a strong core. So we're gonna take you through different motions while doing the core. 3, 2, and 1. Up we go. Time to climb those stairs. Big stairs on the step. Here you go. Step ups. 3, 2, and let's do it. Alternating left and right, up and down, making sure you're stepping all the way up tall. Pretend like you're just a puppet. There's a string coming out of the top of your head. And as you stand up, someone above you is pulling that string, right? So you're just coming straight up towards the ceiling, not leaning forward or anything, trying to stand up nice and tall that whole time. You're doing great. Keep it up. 20 seconds to go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Last time for the legs up. So we're back to the mat, on our backs, legs up, and going in 3, 2, and 1. All right, keeping that gaze straight above you on the ceiling. Keeping the legs up like this helps to work the lower core a little bit more than if we had the feet on the floor. So even if your legs aren't very straight, we all have different mobility and flexibility. Maybe your knees are bent doing this and reaching. That's still achieving what we're going for here and involving the lower core a little bit more. Look at that, you've only got 15 seconds to go. And then we're gonna rest for a minute before we start our next block. And we're done here in 3, 2, and 1. Super. Okay. Whew. Take a break, get a drink of water. I'm gonna run through the new exercises for the next block, and then we'll get started. So the first thing we're gonna be doing is a lunge. So you can do a couple different things here. You can do a jump lunge or a step lunge, or you can mix it up, right? Start with what you feel like is the most challenging version for you. And then as you progress, just do whatever version keeps you moving throughout the rest of the interval. So jumping is going to be like this, and you want to pretend like your feet are on train tracks so they never cross in front of each other. Or we are doing the stepping. So maybe you'll try the jumping for a few seconds and then go into the stepping if that feels better to you. Plank Spider-Mans are next. So we're going to be keeping that core tension while we're moving our legs up and down. So I'm going to show you how to do that on the chair. Planking like this, bringing one knee in towards the same elbow as you're keeping that core tension. If you're doing it on the mat, you can do it on the knees or the toes, still bringing that same knee into the same elbow. And then we'll be doing a squat overhead band reach, kind of like we did with the warm-up. So that'll be our third exercise where we squat and push a band over our head. All righty. So get ready to do some fantastic lunging as you do. Get into position, clear the space, and we're starting In 3, 2, and 60 seconds here. Let's go. Jumping or stepping or a perfect mixture for you in between. This one does heat up quickly, right? You can feel it. But look at that, we're halfway done. 30 seconds to go. So like I said, think about those train tracks. If you have a tiled floor or something like I'm working on, you can actually kind of keep track of what line your feet are traveling on. And you want to keep that hip width or a little further distance apart between your feet the whole time. But if not, just think train tracks. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, here we go, plank Spider-Mans. Pick your position, whether you're on the chair or the mat. Here again, 3, 2, 1. You should feel completely comfortable switching variations partway through the interval as is necessary. So try the version that feels the most challenging to you and work through until you need to switch variations to keep moving through the interval. We're keeping that core really tight, drawing your belly button into the spine. All right, 15 seconds to go. You can do this. Slow and controlled all the way through. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now we're gonna grab that medium band that you warmed up with today. And we're gonna go into the squat to overhead press. So we're starting that in 3, 2, and 1. Squat and then press that band over your head. Squat, press the band over your head. And you're actively pulling apart that band. So try to speed it up a little bit. We are working towards getting out of breath today, a little bit more of a cardio focus. You can always slow it down if you need to, but start off with a bang. Getting that heart rate up today. 25 seconds to go. There you go. Closing in on that final 10. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to our plank Spider-Mans. Another thing you can do, if it feels better than being on your forearms, is you can do a hand plank like this. Go ahead and go and take that knee into the elbow. So many variations here, so you'll find one that feels the most comfortable to you and makes it the most accessible for you to keep moving through that 60-second interval. You're doing great. And like I said before, a lot of these exercises, you're gonna feel challenged to really keep going through that 60 seconds, but even if you're not gonna make it all the way through, that's fine, but I would challenge you when you're feeling that, like I really can't go any further, just try another 10 seconds. Give yourself another 10 seconds. And sometimes that's all it takes to get to the end. You can do it. Speaking of, we've got 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're back at the top with your stepping or jumping lunges. You've got this. You can do it. And we're going in 3, 2, and go. Lunge business. All right, halfway through. Everyone looks great. Keep it up. Try to stay as upright as you can as you are doing these lunges. Chest out and proud. 15 seconds to go. And we're moving on to plank Spider-Man here. In 3, 2, and get in your plank position. Here we go. Starting in 3, 2, and show me your best Spider-Man. Or I should say Spider-Woman this morning, right? All of us here together, working it on a Friday morning. Good on you for doing something good for yourself this morning, getting a little exercise. Starting the weekend with a strong core, that's for sure. 30 seconds left. You've got this. Keep moving. Whichever version allows you to keep moving is what works for you. And we are just 10 seconds away. Here, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Whew. Squatting with the overhead band reaches next. Here we go. I'm gonna pull that band apart a little bit as you're pressing it over your head. And we are squatting. When you squat, make sure you're keeping your core tight the whole time, but also the first thing you do when you squat is stick your butt behind you, right? Like you're going to sit on a chair that is too far behind you. Or another analogy I like to use is somebody left a drawer open and a chest of drawers behind you, and you're closing it when you go into that squat. You're sticking your butt out to close that drawer. That drive back behind you sets you up in good form here. Keeps your knees happy. Whew. And it gives you that great squat strength benefit. 10 seconds to go. You can do it. 3, 2, and 1. Last time for plank Spider-Man. Woman. Here we go. 3, 2, and let's do it. You're all superheroes this morning. Spider women of the Zoom screen. Let's do it. All right, we are halfway through. Here we go. 20 seconds left. Almost there. Final few seconds. Keep moving whatever way you can. You can do this. And 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Okay. Oh, you're working hard. Looking good. Grab a drink of water. If anybody's exercising here in Pittsburgh, it's pretty warm today. I think it's warm everywhere. Sweating a little bit more than usual. Maybe it's going to be 90 degrees here again today. Either way, I'm getting a good workout, and so are you. So happy you're here with me this morning. We're going to be doing thrusters next. So you're going to be grabbing, if you have a bag weight, I like to demonstrate with that because I know a lot of you use that instead of dumbbells. But thrusters, you're using the power of your legs to get the weight over your head. So in other words, this is what it looks like here. You're thrusting up. What you're not doing is a squat pausing, and then pressing. It's all one fluid movement. You are standing up so fast and so forcefully that that weight kind of just gets driven above your head as you press up like that. So that's the first exercise. We're going to be doing plank kick throughs. So whatever variation of a plank you like. If you're on the chair, you're going to be doing kick through like that, kick through like this. And on the mat, kick through like this, kick through like that. Last exercise is a squat jack with a front press. We'll be taking the band you used from your last squatting exercise, and we'll be going out and like that with the band, doing a little front press. All right, everybody got the breath back. Get ready to start with those thrusters. So grab your weights that you would like to use for your thrusters, and we're going to start in a few seconds here. 60 seconds of thrusters in 3, 2, and 1. Let's do this. So remember, I asked you before to imagine closing the chest of drawers behind you when you stick your butt out for that squat. Same thing applies here, but when you stand up, I want you to envision forcefully slamming a drawer closed in front of you with the front of your hips. So what do you have to do? Stand up fast and really thrust those hips forward. That momentum will help get the weight over your head. All right, last 20 seconds. Just a few seconds left. You can do this. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's do some plank kick throughs. We're going to get some good rotation here because of that kick through motion. Get in your plank position. And we're starting in 3, 2, and 1. So you can do this if you're on the mat on your knees or on your toes. What I would suggest, take your time here. In between each kick, kind of recenter your hips. Push them low to the ground, get them square to the mat, and then go into a kick on one side, square those hips again, and then kick on the other side. So it's kind of almost like you're just going into a strict regular plank in between your kicks. Here you go, only 20 seconds left. So what we're teaching your body to do right now is, even though you're bending and twisting, your legs going out to the side, you're still maintaining that core tension, right? So whether you're carrying a recliner in an odd position or a grill or whatever it is, your body should be able to stay strong and keep your back safe. And pausing. Now, we're gonna go into our squat jack front press. So I'm gonna have you grab your band, and we're gonna go legs out, arms out. So it's gonna look like this, out and then jump in or step in, whatever works best for you. And we're going, legs out and in, out and in, or step out, press out, step in. Either way, as your legs go out wide, you're pressing that band out in front of you. Still maintaining that hip drive behind you as you step out and go into your squat, closing that drawer behind you. Less than a few seconds here. We are so close. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Time for some plank kick throughs. Just going to demo that on the chair, but let's get started here in 3, 2, 1.
I know we're all doing different variations because we all need to do what helps us keep moving through the interval. I like to kind of play along with each of you here. Try to mirror some of the things I'm seeing on the screen. So remember, in between each of these kicks, just kind of pausing for a second, recentering, getting those hips level and square to the ground. 20 more seconds. You've got this. Keep going. Only a few more seconds left. You've got this. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so that is one round. We're going to head back to the thrusters now. So grab your weight for that. And we're starting with those thrusters. And 3, 2, and thrust that weight above your head. But really, shouldn't feel like the arms are doing a lot of work because those legs are standing up so forcefully that that momentum carries that weight above your head. So one fluid motion here. Squat down, stand up fast. Look at you. Only 20 seconds to go. Keep it up. Excellent work, everyone. Such great form. Really proud of you this morning. Keep it up. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Plank kick throughs. Off we go again. Get your position for your plank. And we're going in 3, 2, and 1. Really take your time here. Squaring up those hips in between each kick. All right. Halfway. All right, final 15 seconds. Doing great. And we're done in 3, 2, and 1. All right. Last time for our squat jack to front press. So as those legs move out to your side, you'll be pressing the band in front of you. And we're going in 3, 2, and let's go. Hey, we are over halfway done. Final 10 seconds here. Keep moving, whichever way you can. And 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Plank kick throughs, and then I promise you get a nice little rest and recovery after that. So here we go. Plank position and kick throughs starting in 3, 2, 1. Slow and easy here. Maybe easy wasn't the right word, but you know what I mean. Easy as in like taking it easy, not going too fast. This is hard. I will agree. After doing a plank for a lot of today, probably going to be some sore cores, and that's okay. That means you're getting stronger and you're protecting your back more for those heavy lifts. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I promised it. We're gonna rest for a minute. Here we go. So resting, and we have one more block of work. It's only gonna be one time through. We're gonna end up repeating all of the planks that we did just once. So not all the planks, the plank Spider-Mans, the plank kicks throughs, then we're gonna do the legs up reach. So those will be the 3 core exercises. I only have one new thing to introduce to you this round, and that's gonna be something with your lightest band that you'll be doing. So you're going to be holding the band. I'm gonna show you real close up here, holding it like this, right? So what you're gonna do is either an uppercut kind of motion. Your palms are still facing each other, so maybe not truly what you would do if you were boxing and did an uppercut, but you're gonna be kind of alternating like this, pressing up with the band, or alternating pressing out. So one arm's pulling in, the other arm's pushing out kind of thing. So that's like a jab uppercut kind of combo for you there. So we're gonna be doing that for 2 of the intervals coming up here. So let's get started. We're gonna go through, this is gonna be the last about 5 minutes of our workout today. Can you believe we're here already together? Did it. So we're gonna get started with our legs up ankle reach. So everybody head to the mat and get those legs up in the air. Here you go, starting in 3, 2, and reaching up to the opposite ankle. Right, got that gaze directly above or even a little bit behind your head on the ceiling, keeping that neck in a fairly neutral position. Really keep that low back pressed into the mat too here. It's not too difficult to do since your legs are up in the air, but just be mindful of what's happening there. All right, reaching the final 20 seconds here. Last 10, keep it up. And we're stopping in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, grab that light band. Like I said, lightest one you have will do fine. And we're grabbing it in this way here, palms facing each other. And we're going to that uppercut motion. So you're just as fast as you can, kind of scissoring those arms back and forth. Halfway through this interval, we're gonna switch it up and do the pressing out away from you, kind of like a jab. So this really just kind of burns the shoulders out. I don't have to tell you, right? I know you're feeling it. And now we're switching in 3, 2, 1, and in and out. Wow, it burns. Just keep moving. Oh, 15 seconds here. You can do it. Here we go. Final few seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Plank Spider-Mans. Less time to show me your inner spider woman. I know it's there. Tap into it now for the next 60 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Same knee to same elbow. Whether you're on the chair or on the mat, try to keep your hips as low to the ground as possible. It's going to give you the best core work here. So we're teaching these legs, we're teaching our core that no matter what the legs are doing, the core has to stay strong, right? Here you go. Last 20 seconds. Yeah. Keep moving. You can do this. We're almost there. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Grab that light band. Last time for our punches here. And we're starting in 3, 2, and up you go. Looking good. Keep it up. All right, and we are switching in 3, 2, and switch to pressing out in front of you. Got this. Keep moving. We're almost there. Just another minute left in the workout after this. You're doing great. Final 10 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Anybody else feel like their shoulders are just on fire? Man, not stopping now though. Got some kick throughs to get through. Whew, plank position. Starting with those kick throughs. Last exercise of the day in 3, 2, and go. Remember to take your time and square up those hips in between your kicks. Square the hips, press them to the ground, and then go through the kick to the other side. All right. Last 20 seconds. You're so close. Keep moving. You've got this all the way through. And 3, 2, and 1. Oh, you did it. Woo. We are definitely going to work on the shoulders first, the arms, the shoulders, right? A lot of support going through them today for the planks, for what we just did. So you're going to take the back of your hand and place it on the wall and kind of lean into the wall. So I'm going to do this over here. Back of the hand and the forearm should contact the wall. And what you want to do is just lean into the wall as much as you can as you're reaching up the wall. And this should pull right in through that deltoid, those shoulder muscles that you are feeling, probably like me, pretty fired up right now. What a great workout to start your Friday though, to start your weekend. Thank you so much for being here with me. So we're just going to hang out here for a second, really try to get that a little loosened in the shoulder here. Oh, let's take a couple deep breaths. All right. And we're going to switch sides. So now you're taking your other hand and you're going to place it on the back of that hand on the wall. Reach up that wall. Lean in towards the wall. Good. A couple more deep breaths here. Sink into that stretch. Like I said, this one, always good to do these stretches that we do at the end of the workout. Sprinkle them once or twice throughout your day for the maximum benefit of them. If you don't have a wall near you today, this kind of gets a similar area. You can do this stretch later today. But let's get into the quads, right? Did a fair amount of quad work today. So support yourself if you need to. Grab your left ankle and you're just going to hold on to that, pulling your ankle in towards your rear, squeezing that left glute if you would like to add a little intensity to that stretch in your left thigh. Okay, so the next Fitcamp will be on Monday. It is a strength workout, so things will be maybe a slightly slower pace than today. It's called Into the Woods because we're doing some wood chopping, which some of you may or may not have done a wood chop type exercise before, but if you come Monday, you'll find out all about it. We can all be lumberjanes on Monday. Okay, let's switch sides. So pull that right ankle into your rear. And believe it or not, next week is actually also the last week of Fitcamp for this month. I'm going to be getting this schedule together for June, but right now it looks like what Fitcamp will end up being is Mondays and Thursdays at 7 a.m. In June. Pretty sure, don't quote me on it, but I'm 90% sure that's how it's going to play out. So you'll be seeing emails and different postings about that as usual. One more stretch and then we'll get going here. We're going to get into the calves because we did a fair amount of explosive kind of jumping, stepping stuff today. So you're going to face the wall, take your left leg behind you and your right leg in front. So you want to keep that left heel planted on the ground and that left leg locked out straight as you lean in towards the wall. So the further you lean in, the more you'll feel that stretch up that left calf. If you're not feeling it, just move that left leg further away from the wall. Eventually you'll find a position that feels like you're getting a good stretch in that calf muscle. But yeah, even if you weren't doing a lot of jumping today, because I know we all do what works best for us, the fast kind of stepping still really gets the calf muscles fired up. So good to pay attention to that today. Switch sides. Right leg is behind you, right heel planted firmly on the ground, right knee locked out straight, and you're leaning in towards the wall until you feel that comfortable calf stretch on the right side. Hold for a couple more seconds, another deep breath. And that's it, you've done it. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Really enjoyed our workout together and hope you have a great weekend.